Good afternoon.
Hi.
How you doing?
Great.
You're
Great.
charging. You look strong. When did you start?
March 7th.
March 7th. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you're doing good.
3 months.
There's some north of you here, not too far. They started in late February, so you look like you're
Yeah, and
trucking.
there's some people who are around the same spot who started late March, so
Okay.
all different paces.
So what's your trail name?
Deep Cheeks.
Okay, there's a story always, so let me hear it.
Well, there's a lot of different versions of it. When I think of it, I think of like a squirrel with his mouth full.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who aren't into me ask me if it's because of my dimples. And so because it's got so many different ends,
Yeah.
I've kept it.
Just Deep Cheeks, huh?
Yes,
There you
sir.
go. So, how do you get this much time? Are you between jobs? You
Quit
quit
my
your job?
job.
That's
Paid
the
off
main.
my student loans.
There you
and said,
go.
That's it.
Good for you.
Getting
Some
out.
bears?
Yeah.
Shenandoah or where?
Shenandoah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw 5.
No kidding. You have
Yeah.
any issues with them?
No. One of them made me nervous because I was off trail, and I looked up and bear was just kind of looking at me.
He was right there.
Not that close.
Like
but
30 yards maybe?
Yeah. And just looking at me, and I was like, oh, hi.
So what do? You turn tail and run?
I just looked back at it. You're not supposed to run.
No, I mean the bear. Did he turn tail and run?
No, just stared at me.
He just looked at you.
Just totally stared at me, and I was like,
He's
okay.
acclimated to humans somewhat.
Oh, yeah, in the Shenandoahs, it's crazy.
So, 2,100 miles, and you're going to be almost halfway here in another 5 or 10 miles maybe. I know they moved it north of Harpers
they
now.
keep moving it on us.
Yeah. So what's driving you? What's the big motivation here? I mean, what makes you get up every day, put those shoes on and hike?
I think at this point, it just feels like daily life. It's gone from, it used to be milestones, you want to get to the next state or you want to get to mile 500 or whatever it is. And now it's just what else?
That's just what you do.
What else
like
would I do?
On automatic, would you say? Just
Yeah.
do it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You just wake up and you're like, okay, let's figure out where I'm going to go today.
Do you have any, you know how they have all the colloquialism and, silk blazing and all this other stuff. Do you have any special term you like? I'll give you an example. Like the one I like is, you ask somebody, what's the rain chance? It's 50%, but 100% chance of hiking today,
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that?
I mean, the one that I say to myself is I think this is common, but no pain, no rain, no main.
There you go.
So
I've heard
I'm
that
sure
one.
people say that. Yeah. And then one other one I like is be bold, start cold. So always hike colder and then you'll warm up as you get going. And that's...
Yeah, it's been my experience. I mean, you start out too warm, you take it off in 15 minutes anyway.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did I ask you where you're from?
I'm from Chester, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Southern New Hampshire, yeah. So I'm hiking home, so
won't keep you long. Let you catch up with your buddies. Thanks a lot for the interview, and Godspeed, and be safe in your travels.
Thank you.
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm alive.
You're alive?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a tempting through hiker?
I am. Started February 1st at Amicalola Falls, Georgia.
Uh-huh.
This is my 73rd day on the trail.
All right. How you feeling this far in?
Well, not gonna lie, I had a bad week this last week, but I'm going to recover from it, and if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Yeah.
I'm going forward from here.
Did you get sick or anything, or you just wore out? Maybe
Just wore out,
Yeah.
not eating enough, not sleeping enough, and things just got on my mind.
Yeah. Well, slow down, walk your own hike.
Mm-hmm.
What's your trail name?
I am Reddmage.
Okay.
Reddmage.
Tell me how you got it.
That's my YouTube channel. A lot of the 2017 hiker community knew me as that because I put a daily video of the trail up every day. That's how I know it's day 73 so far, because I just uploaded day 72 last night at the in
There you go. Yeah.
And I didn't have a trail name for the longest. Nothing stuck or could fit, and then it was just like, trail angels are coming out to give me some trail magic, and they're bringing it to Reddmage, and that's how they knew me from YouTube. So I said, okay, I'll own Reddmage.
There you go. Where do you call home when you're not on the trail?
A little town called Ponchatoula, Southern Louisiana.
Southern Louisiana. So what's the elevation down there, maybe?
Sea level.
Yeah, sounds like Quinn. He's from Wilmington, North Carolina, but 11 feet of sea level, maybe. So here comes the big question. I mean, why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd miles? I mean, what's driving you? What's the motivation for that?
I got so many reasons to do this trail. Some of them are bad, some of them are good, some are my own, and I mean it's just reasons. Like I to do it for some adventure while I can still, you know, afford my time and my resources. You know, to just go out and do it before life pulls me to, you know, not be able to do it.
9 to 5 routine
And that, and just for the last 3 years, I've woke up, gone to work, came home, played video games, slept, woke up, gone to work, come home, played video games, slept, and it was just like, hey, I need to do something different, something majorly to make a change in my life. And I mean, why not?
Well, just keep hiking, man. So you were telling me earlier that you're stoveless, so tell me your top meal that you like that you don't cook, obviously.
Come on, it's got to be just a tortilla with some tuna on it, and throw on some Pringles, make a little crunch wrap, fold it up 4 ways, eat it down. Super easy, super efficient.
All right, man. I won't keep you any longer. I'll let you get back to the reclining position and relaxing again. Thanks for the interview, and Godspeed in your travels. Oh, I see. Okay. Good afternoon.
Howdy.
Howdy. How you guys doing?
Good.
So you're coming down the hill, and I stand in your way, so I'm not going to let you by until you give me an interview. When did you start?
March 23rd.
Okay.
I started April 18th.
Okay. Laid up there, a little stick says 1,000 miles. It's up the hill a little way, so you're almost halfway, or a little less.
Yep.
I've been corrected a couple of times. They say that lengthened it this year. It's almost 2,200 miles because of, you know, reroutes.
Yep.
Doing okay so far?
Yeah.
Worked through all the blisters and sore muscles and all that stuff pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, first month was rough.
Yeah, I bet. How about the Virginia blues? Has that socked you at all?
I'm ready to get out of Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
25 miles
Cool.
to Front Royal.
Nice.
See any bears?
Yes.
Let me guess, Shenandoah?
And before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw a bear at Standing Bear in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Maria down there, and I stayed there before when I was sectioning that. Shuttled with her a couple of times. Where do you call home when you're not here?
Oregon.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a long ways away. How about you?
Same.
Oregon?
Yep.
Okay. But you didn't start out together, but you happen to be from the
We
same state?
staggered our start dates because we
Oh, you knew?
yeah
Okay.
finished work a little bit different times, and then I had some foot
Okay.
injuries that I was
Yeah.
working off.
All right, that makes
so
sense.
She goes fast.
But I do see a lot of people just buddy up, you know, and
Yeah.
hike for a good while.
Yeah, definitely.
If you do a trail meal, it's not made like Mountain House. What do you like?
There's such things as dehydrated refried beans.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And so dehydrated refried beans and rice and cheese and tortillas.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
That's amazing.
All right. So, the big question, why do you want to hike 2,200 miles nearly? I mean, what's motivating? What's the driving force here? It's got to be something to pull you away from the TV and the house and the air conditioning.
Yeah, I guess why I originally went out through hiking was that I had always loved backpacking, and I went out backpacking and was always sad when I had to come back. So I figured, hey, how about I go do this for 6 months and see if I ever get sick of it? And so now on the third big trail, I'm still not sick of it. So here I
The
am.
third big trail?
Yeah, going
This
for the
com-
Triple Crown.
This will be the
So,
Triple Crown, yeah. Congratulations.
if all works out.
PCT and the Continental Divide. Okay, well, I would say you're going to make it. The statistics go way up.
It's never in the bag. It's
Never in the bag, yeah. How about you? What's motivating you?
I guess just freedom. When I mess up, it's on me. When I do something good, it's on me. Just get to do whatever you want. If you want to sleep until noon, you could do that.
Yep.
Eat a large pizza.
I wonder when you're going to start crossing the hikers coming from Katahdin. They can't start until like late May, right? Early June, depending on the snow or something.
Yeah.
It depends. I saw 3 of them on my first day out. They were finishing.
No kidding. So they hiked
started
through the
in
winter
August
then.
or
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that, and took a bunch of weeks off in the middle of winter.
Okay, well, okay, I suppose I ought to get your trail names.
All right, my trail name's Sketchy.
Okay, let me hear it, the story. How'd you get it?
I just really like sketchy terrain on the PCT. I love snow slopes and bad weather.
Okay. Did you hike the PCT?
And the CDT.
Well, why didn't you say that earlier? You know?
That doesn't
Okay.
matter.
I take it you guys have known each other for a while.
A little bit. We didn't know each other on the PCT.
Okay.
She was southbound actually, and that's part of where a lot of that sketchy comes in, is starting out in Washington in the snow. And,
Okay.
yeah, got to the Andersons and Casa de Luna and was like, wow, all your stories are sketchy.
All right. So what's your trail name?
Mine's a little more boring. I'm veg because I'm a vegetarian.
Okay. Just VEG.
Yeah, VEG. And the
Okay.
trail angel was like, you're a vegetarian. You don't have a trail name? You're a
Yeah.
veg. So
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.
All
So
right.
this will be a triple crown for you too, then.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no way you guys aren't going to do it. Okay, well, I want to wish you guys luck. Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep. Yeah. Hello.
Hi,
How you doing?
great, awesome.
You doing okay?
Well, yeah, at least it's not raining for now, so
That's-
that's perfect.
Yeah. So you were saying that you're gonna hike
Yes,
to Maine.
Yes, I started the 14th of March and going to Qatar, and I'm French Canadian from Montreal, so I'm going back home, you know. So
Okay.
that's nice. That's
How you
nice.
feel? Good?
Yeah, I took a 0 yesterday at Bearsden Hostel and was super nice.
Yeah.
Pizza, Ben and Jerry ice cream. So that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I feel
Is
super great.
was that the ice cream challenge or no?
No,
Yeah.
it's a little bit further. The
Okay.
Have the Gardens ice cream
Okay.
garden bucket there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm a section hiker, so
Okay,
I
good.
like to catch you guys
Nice.
and ladies out here and do a YouTube interview.
Nice. nice.
So you're from Montreal.
Yes, exactly.
And what's your trail name again?
I'm Sensei.
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 Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
I guess because of the look, right?
A little bit, but it was a girl at Franklin. She gave me this name because I let her read my journal, which
Yeah.
is written in French. So she tried to learn a little bit. So sensei is mean teacher.
Teacher, yeah, like in Japanese for sure.
Exactly.
Sensei, yeah.
And I have a little bit this Asian look.
Yeah.
My mother, she's a
Yeah.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and I like taking time to teach people new stuff, skills.
Nihongo hanashimasu ka?
No, pas pantoute.
Okay.
No, I don't.
So, how do you get this much time? 2,100 miles. So you quit a job, you're between school.
Quit a job for 6 months, but I work in an outfitter back in Montreal, so they're very nice.
And
So
you can go
they-
back?
Yeah, for sure. for
Okay,
sure.
good.
So they like having this kind of employees over there.
Nice.
So for me, just perfect.
So what do you think about the trail overall?
I love Virginia.
Yeah.
So beautiful. You know, going in the forest and now going down in the valley with the cows and the grass.
Yeah,
It's just
it is
awesome.
beautiful.
I like
You're going to
that.
enjoy Harpers Ferry. It's a nice old town, a lot of history.
Yeah, good.
What do you have a favorite trail meal that you like that's not like a mountain house, quick meal that you make, noodles?
I like rice.
Okay.
Now make some new kind of rice, which is a little bit bigger
Yeah.
and a nice
Yeah.
good meal. I like that. And put some tuna in that. It's just
Yeah,
perfect with
nice.
tortillas.
Have you seen any bears?
Oh yeah, I saw two or three in the Shenandoah,
Yeah.
and one was at the picnic area and was looking for breakfast like me,
Yeah.
So we were just chilling around sniffing.
He didn't run away.
No,
He-
I tried to scare him
Yeah,
away, but
yeah.
he don't
He's-
give a damn.
He's acclimated to humans.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, I won't hold you any longer. Godspeed in your travels and be safe,
Thank
man.
you very much, sir.
Yeah.
And have a good day. Huh?
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, video.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Okay, you were saying you're from Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to try to hike all the way to Maine.
Yeah.
When did you start? In
21st of March.
21st? Are you guys together?
No,
No, we didn't
we have-
start
we
at
have-
more or less afterwards. We found out
Okay,
we were starting at the same day without knowing.
okay, so
And we
he's
met just 5 weeks ago.
you're from Germany. Where are you from?
Me also from Germany.
Okay.
South Germany.
That's kind of cool. You just kind of run into each other over here, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your trail name?
Member.
Can you spell that?
Member. M-A-M-B-A-R.
Okay. And how about you?
Camino.
Like El Camino?
And no, like the Camino, the way in Spanish.
Okay.
So I did quite some of the Camino Santiago in
Yes.
Spain.
All right.
Therefore I
Camino.
got the name Camino.
All right. Come on by. Yeah. You weren't in Shenandoah last month, were you?
Last week.
No. Okay. You look like a young lady that shuttled with me on a section hiking last time. So, how's the trail so far? Is it much harder than what you were thinking, or?
Yeah, maybe.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
demanding. Also, the weather is not always nice. We have a lot of rain.
Yes.
We had in the Smokies heavy snow,
Yeah.
2 feet. So, in overall, it's demanding, and yeah, you walk every mountain, and very often in, like now, a green tunnel.
Yes.
So it's a bit of pity that you can't see too much more from the countryside. So,
Yeah.
but the rest is fine.
Up at the top, there's a very nice view.
Okay.
Take lunch if you haven't had lunch.
Okay.
Maybe 3/4 of a mile.
Good to know.
So, how do you get this much time? Are you gentlemen quit your jobs, retired, school
Retired.
teachers?
Retired.
Retired? Okay. And here comes the big question. Why do you want to hike 2,100 miles? What's motivating you? Why?
I like long distance hiking. I hiked many times here in the U.S., in the Grand Canyon, in Alaska,
Nice. Nice.
and this is for me a big Herausforderung, a big challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
This way.
Absolutely. And you?
Yeah.
What's driving you?
When you all your life driven by business and also the family were needing the time, suddenly you have half year to really can determine yourself what you are doing. And of course, it's for an older man quite a challenge doing it.
Yeah.
with
You mind if I
40
ask you your age? You mind?
63.
63?
65.
65.
65.
Okay. Well, listen, gentlemen, Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Safe.
Well, good afternoon.
Hello.
So tell me, are you gunning for Katahdin?
Yes.
Attempting through hike. Okay, when did you leave Springer?
March 7th.
Okay, it's not, yeah, well, yeah, you're doing pretty good. You have a trail name yet?
I do. It's Bugs.
Bugs? B-U-G-G-S or just B-U-G-S?
B-U-G-S.
Okay. So what's the story behind it? There's always a story.
Yeah. On one of the first nights, I almost ate a bug.
Okay. And you were spitting and
I
and
spit it
somebody
out.
said,
I spit
okay,
it out,
bugs.
It survived, and I survived.
All right. Where do you call home when you're not out here?
A little bit of everywhere.
Yeah?
Yeah. I grew up in Wisconsin.
Okay. And how do you get this much time? I mean, are you between jobs? Quit your job?
Quit my job.
Student?
Yep.
Okay.
My
Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Rain. Good afternoon.
Hello.
So you both gunning for Katahdin, huh?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's the goal.
Eventually.
So about 3.5 miles more, you'll be halfway.
Yeah,
About.
pretty
The
close.
spiritual halfway, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should be able to make actual halfway by the end of the month, I think.
Okay. Where's the actual halfway?
This year it's like 195, 1,095.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a little further north then.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm
Yeah.
using an old 2014 guide.
Yeah.
So, Bugs told me your trail name is Rope Burn.
Yes, sir.
So, what's the story behind it?
I got a piece of rope burn right there. I'm into rock climbing, so
Uh-huh.
before we started the trail, I looked down, I saw that, and I was like,
There you go.
rope burn. That's a cool name.
Okay, so
I did get a little bit philosophical with it on the trail though, because I was just thinking, you walk miles and you think, you walk miles and you think. So I was thinking, rope burn is something you get doing something you love. You don't always, it doesn't always feel good what you doing what you love.
here's the big question. Why do you want to hike 2,000 some odd miles? What's driving you, man? What's behind it?
Growth. That happens when you're outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I hear you.
And this puts you outside of your comfort
Yeah,
zone.
definitely.
Me especially.
Yeah.
I'm not really a backpacker.
Where are you from when you're not out here?
Arkansas, a lot of different places.
Okay. Oh, that's a ways away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about you?
Mine-
You guys didn't start together, right?
No, we met actually in Hiawassee.
Okay.
But we
Remember
started
that?
hiking together in Virginia, essentially.
Okay.
The southern part of Virginia.
All right.
Officially. My trail name is Firefly.
Okay. What's the
And,
story?
Well, my pack cover is a
Okay.
bright color, and my rain jacket is a bright yellow. And so one of the early days, it was really foggy and rainy, and one of the other hikers that we were with were like, I could follow you along the trail and see you, and like, just kind of like a firefly at night. And
There you go.
so I was like, okay, that works.
So where do you call home?
Virginia mostly, I guess.
Okay.
I spent the last 6 years just outside of Philly.
Yep.
So
So how do you get this much time? You quit a job between schools?
I did quit my job. I'm a physical therapist, and so I saved for a while and said, this is what I want to do.
Good. I'm sure you can get a job that's in demand.
It is in demand. It's
Okay.
a nice thing.
And did I ask you,
No,
how'd you get that much time? How do you get this
I'm
much
a
time?
non-professional.
Okay,
My
so
wife
you
and I, we
just making it happen.
Yeah, I was fueling airplanes most recently.
Okay,
So it's like you do a little work, save a little money, and then
go have some fun.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing for as long as we've been together now, I guess.
Well, wish you guys luck. You know, they say one step after the other, and
Yeah.
Godspeed in your travels, and
Thank you.
be safe.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, we'll catch Charlie.
Go catch that.
Go catch Charlie. You know, kind of slow. Hey, good afternoon. How's it going?
It's great. How are you doing?
Good. I saw all your friends ahead of you. So I know your trail name is Pockets.
Yep.
They told me. How'd you get it? What's the story behind it?
So my friend Firefly actually gave it to me. You're tracking well this spell. When I started off with a lot of stuff. My pack weighed about 42 pounds.
Okay.
So I
My
didn't
goodness.
have enough places for things and enough functional pockets. So she named me Pockets because of my lack of functional pockets.
Okay. So where do you call home when you're not out here?
It's transient. I was living in Jersey. I was 3 months in Baltimore, so I'm planning on going back to Baltimore when I'm
Okay.
done.
All right. And how do you get this much time? You quit a job in between semesters at college or something?
job.
Quit a job. That's a
Yeah.
common theme. I hear
That's
that one a
nice.
lot.
Yeah.
Do it while you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, I'm lucky that I have a job I can go back to.
Yeah.
So
How you feeling this far in? Everything working? Feeling good? Past the
I just
blister
switched
point?
shoes. I've actually only gotten one blister, knock on
Nice.
wood.
Yes. Knock on wood.
And I just switched to more minimalistic trail shoes. Still Merrell, so they're good,
Yeah.
but less supportive.
How
and
long
they
you been
feel
wearing them?
So much better. About a week now.
Okay, they
Week
feel
and a
good?
half.
Yeah.
So much better.
I'd like to go down something lower than boots, but my old feet won't handle it.
It depends on your feet and how what feels better. Some people do better in the more support, higher boot.
Do you have a favorite trail meal you make that's not like a mountain house or something like that that you throw together that you really like, that you don't mind eating over and over and over?
Oh, I still haven't gotten sick of my Little Debbie brownies
Oh,
with walnuts.
that's a meal? Okay.
Not
Yeah.
a meal, but I mean, probably the one that I make the most is mac and cheese, and then add mashed potatoes,
Okay.
and then add pepperoni or bacon bits or something.
That sounds pretty
Or
good.
chicken, if you have it.
Okay. So here comes the big question. Like I like to hike 2,100 some odd miles. I mean, what's driving you? What's really there? Why?
I think for me, it's just to learn to do something different. I had never backpacked before, so I wanted to see what the life was about if I could do it, and just learn everything along the way. I love nature. I love exercise. I love being outdoors, and it's just a little bit of all of those things, and it's just roughing it just enough to make us really appreciate all the things that we have in life. So
Yeah.
it's definitely an experience, and
Sound like you're enjoying it. I know.
We are.
Are you through the Virginia blues? Did you have any
we
Virginia
didn't
blues?
have it because we have family and friends too, so we
Okay.
were actually really looking forward to Virginia.
Nice, nice.
I think it's the Pennsylvania blues now.
Okay.
I forget what they call it.
Roxylvania?
Yes, Roxylvania, where shoes go to die.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, your psyche and all that, you think you're going to make Katahdin?
That's our goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Godspeed in your travels and
Thank
be
you
safe.
so much. I hope so too.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. How you doing?
Pretty good.
So you're attempting Katahdin.
Yes, sir.
When'd you start?
I'm on March 5th.
March 5th?
Yeah.
Okay.
My trail name's Grape. I'm from West Texas, Lubbock, West Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get the trail name? There's always a story.
I work at a winery there in Lubbock.
Okay.
So I'm nuts about grapes.
All right. Grape nut. Oh, grape nut. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What are you doing out here? I mean, what's driving you? I mean, what's the big motivation
Oh man,
factor?
I've wanted to do this since I graduated high school. And
Yeah.
I made it my plan that I was going to graduate
Yeah.
early, graduate a semester early, so that I could get out here in
Okay.
the spring and do it with the bubble, you know.
So you're just out of school then?
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
said, just graduated
Yeah.
in December
Okay.
from Murray
Nice.
State.
Do it when you can.
Yeah, I've got the time. So I've got a younger brother in college right now, and I think he might be my partner on the PCT if this all goes well.
Yeah. How you feeling this far in?
I feel good.
You have any issues early on? You know, shin splints or
I
blisters
never
or
had
anything?
shin splints. I had a lot of foot pain, but
Yeah.
it was just expected. Just
Yeah.
getting used to walking all day, every day.
Have you walked through it now?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I mean, I'm 1,000 miles in. I figured out
Yeah.
pretty much how it.
I think you're about 4 miles south of Front and Royal. I mean, Harpers Ferry. I keep forgetting which way I'm going today. So, you have a favorite trail food you like that's not like in a
Hot
bag?
dogs over a fire.
Okay.
It's not that heavy to pack out.
Nice. Yeah.
And like just took 2 beers.
There you go.
I would
yeah.
love just like 2 beers at the end of every day.
Yeah, there you go.
It'd be so nice.
Yep.
But
Okay, so you guys together, or did you just
we've just
trailing each other?
frogging all day.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I want to wish you luck, man. Like I say, one step after the other. Keep
Thank
going.
you.
All right. Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing well.
Charging on, and I get in your way, as I'm fond of saying. So you just confirmed you're tipping Katahdin. When did you guys leave Springer?
On March 2nd.
Yeah, March 2nd. How about you?
March 2nd, we're
Okay.
married. So
Oh,
same day,
you're a
same time.
team. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
All right. I got special questions for married couples.
Oh,
All right. So March 2nd.
Yes, sir.
What's your trail name?
My trail name is Already Stinky.
Already Stinky?
Yep.
Well, there's always a story behind it. So what is it? Just
Well, on day 1, just after getting over Springer, I caught a whiff of myself and realized that I was already stinky, and so I said so.
and then somebody heard it and
He
named
said, "Hey, that should be your trail name." I said, "Okay."
it. All right. How about you?
I'm Lucky Penny because I found a Lucky Penny on the approach trail.
Okay.
And I'm still carrying it. I'll take it to Katahdin.
There you go.
Yeah.
Where do you guys call home when you're not out here?
Technically Michigan.
Michigan?
I'm from Michigan,
I'm
but
from North Carolina.
Yeah. Well,
Lived in Texas for a little while.
we
we-
just lived in Taiwan too.
oh, okay. We live down in Wilmington, North Carolina. 11 feet of sea level my house is.
Oh wow.
Nice.
That's
Do
cool.
you have favorite trail mills you like to put together yourself that's not like Mountain House, you know, that kind of stuff?
I would say stovetop stuffing and the packaged chicken. It's pretty yummy.
That's good. I've heard that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen any bears?
We saw one
Shenandoah or where?
in Shenandoah.
Yeah, I've been getting reports of that. So here's the big question. Well, no, I'll go with the next one. How do you get this much time? Quit jobs in between semesters at school, or
Quit your job.
Quit your job.
We just taught English in Taiwan for a year.
okay, that's
So
cool.
Saved up enough money to do
Yeah.
the trail. So there you go.
I've had at least one or two. There was a young lady that taught in Japan
Cool.
English. Married couples. What do you fight about? I mean, there's two themes, and I won't give it away, but I'm just curious. You know, at the end of a long day or something, I mean, what's the point of contention if there are any?
It used to be, but we've been doing this for a little while. It used to be bear bagging and how to bear bag. So
Yep.
now I usually just do the bear bag
Yep.
and she does something else.
I usually just set up the tent while he does
Yeah.
the bear bags,
Yeah.
so then we don't have to worry about it.
Well, number one on the list I normally hear is they argue who's going to go get water at the end of the day.
Oh.
Both couples, you know,
Yeah.
both they're tired, and
Okay.
Yeah.
so yeah, and so that was number one. I've heard the bear bag thing too.
We have to divide our food very equally.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally on AWOL's book, he has a ruler. Thank you, AWOL. We measure the cheese exactly and then cut it. Because if somebody gets more food than the other, that's a problem.
It's a big
Yeah,
problem.
sure.
Yeah.
You got those
So-
calories you're burning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, so now here's the big one.
All right.
What's motivating you guys to do this 2,100 some odd miles? I mean, really, what's there? What's the driving force?
Is it Hillary who said because it's there?
Well, one thru hiker last year said it's because it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Hillary or
Because
Yeah.
we like it.
yeah.
Fun.
we
We
like
got.
to be outside.
Yeah, we like
We
to
like to
outside. We
hike.
like hiking.
It's our favorite thing to do.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feeling good now? This far in, no issues. Got worked through blisters and any sore muscles early on and all that
I
stuff.
just lost a toenail last night, and
Okay.
she's lost.
I've lost 4 toenails. I've got
Okay.
more toes on my
So you're-
right foot without toenails than
Let's see.
with toenails.
What do they say about that? You're bottoming out on the end of your shoe when you go downhill. Well, I won't keep you guys any longer. I want to thank you for the interview and Godspeed in your travels. Be safe.
All
All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Okay, so here you are. I'm in your way. Won't let you go by until you give me an interview. So you've concurred, and so let's get on with it.
Awesome.
You were telling me, when did you start?
March 7th.
March 7th.
Yep,
Okay, and you started out together as a team.
we did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You guys got a trail name yet?
I'm Hoochie Mama.
Say it again.
Hoochie Mama.
Hoochie Mama.
It's best to yell it like Hoochie Mama.
How do you spell that if I'm going to tag the video?
HOOCHIEMA.
Okay.
Yep.
And how about you, fella?
And I'm Tugboat.
Tugboat?
Tugboat, yes, sir.
Okay, what are you tugging? You tugging most of the load or something? Is there some kind of connotation here?
I'm tugging this, I'm tugging her. But no, mostly just like the idea of like slow and steady.
Okay.
It's gonna get there. Don't have to be there too fast.
All right, so you're about a half a mile away from the half point, technically, as they call it up here. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful church coming up. So, to the serious stuff, I mean, how you guys doing physically? Had any issues?
Physically doing good. I got off trail for about 3 weeks for an infected blister on my
Oh
foot
boy.
when I was down in the Smokies.
Mhm.
So that was brutal, but got back on trail. She kept pushing on, and I got back on trail in Marion.
Okay.
And then, no problem since.
Okay,
Just
well,
great
good.
spirits, great
Feeling
impression.
good now. You got
Yeah, I got the knee brace on.
got the muscles you need, and everything's good.
Oh yeah, man, feeling great.
Yeah.
Excited to get up to Pennsylvania. and
Where do you guys call home when you're not out here?
So I'm from Cleveland originally. He's from Boston.
I'm from
We were
Boston.
both living in Boston before we left for the
Okay,
trail.
so that's where you met. I take it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you get this much time? Are you between jobs? Quit your job,
Gotta-
school,
gotta quit
out of
life.
school?
everything.
Yeah.
Saved up some money, quit it, and we're actually going to be moving to upstate New York after this. And,
Okay.
and just starting over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just finished my master's degree program and had some time, so quit my job and decided to set aside the time to do it.
Yeah, that's the time to do it now.
Yeah.
Don't wait until you're 60.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You become a section hiker then, unless you're retired. So how's the parents and feel about it and all that? Everybody supportive or a little apprehensive? Like, what are you doing? You know? Or
I think at first,
Yeah.
it definitely took some getting used to for them. At first, it was, you're crazy. And I have 3 sisters, none of which who would ever do anything
Yeah.
like this. But now they think it's really cool. My mom's got like a whole poster of the AT on the pantry wall where she like highlights where
every
I've
day,
been.
whenever
Yeah.
you contact her, she marks where you're at.
Exactly, which is kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Have
Yeah,
you?
absolutely.
And his parents were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, a little apprehensive at first, like, oh, you're quitting your job, you have stability, but totally supportive, like getting out there and doing it and getting after it.
Yeah.
My parents are really liking to be involved right now, which is cool. We ended up packing boxes and doing drops along the
Okay.
way, so it's all stacked up in my
Good.
parents'
So you
living
gave them
room
something
right
to
now.
do.
Yeah, and followed us along
Your
the path.
home-based support team.
Exactly, headquarters.
Have you seen any bears? Had any issues with bears? Or
Yeah, we had a run
Actually,
in
yeah.
a couple of nights ago, actually. We were so excited because we saw our first bear during the day, and we were like, oh my
In
god, we haven't
Shenandoah.
seen one yet. And we were so excited, and then we roll into the shelter, and apparently a bear had just, minutes before we got in there, he had ripped into 2 hikers' tents and destroyed their tents.
did they have food in it? Do you know? Had they not
One
hung their
guy had
stuff yet?
Toothpaste, but
Yeah.
They
nothing.
didn't even go for the toothpaste.
Yeah, the ranger said that it must have been like a yearling who had gotten kicked out of the den
Yeah.
and was freaking out because he didn't know where to go, needed food, and was just
Yeah.
going crazy a little
But then they
bit.
just had to shut the shelter down after that, and yeah, she was
Okay.
hoping that they could catch the bear before Memorial Day
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have like a favorite trail meal that you make yourself? You know, it's not a Mountain House bag or something that you open up.
Yes. Well, so can it be a combination?
Yeah, sure. Whatever it is.
So-
I've heard some strange things out here.
I think one of our favorite things is making our tacos.
Oh,
is
that
we
sounds good.
we got these huge bags of lentils from Costco. So we used to like cook them in the jet boil, have like lentil stew, but that got old real quick. So then we ended up getting tortillas. We'd like pack out a little thing of Swiss cheese and then like an avocado and just like have some awesome bomb tacos when we're
Yeah.
out.
That's like hiker gourmet though. My favorite is in the morning, leftover tortillas, peanut butter, and then crumble up like some Oreos in there and eat it for breakfast.
Yeah,
that's the
breakfast.
best breakfast.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one. I like granola and Nido whole milk powder, just in a
Yeah,
Ziploc bag.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I want to wish you guys luck. Just, as they say, one step after another, and don't quit, because you may not ever have another chance to do something like this.
Yeah.
So,
We cannot wait to
yeah,
push on and get it from you.
Godspeed in your travels. Be safe.
Awesome, thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I hear you guys coming down the hill and sound like you're from across the pond, and you were just telling me you are. So where are you from?
I'm from Nottingham in England.
I'm from Northampton. But
Okay.
I live in Nottingham
Yeah, we both
now.
live in Nottingham, yep.
Okay. So you found the Appalachian Trail in America. So when did you start?
March the 1st.
Okay.
Yep, March the 1st, and we have to summit by August the 15th.
In order.
Obviously, because of our visas.
Yeah.
So no later than that, because we have to get back to Atlanta. So my trail name is RicTic.
Okay.
And mine is LimStick.
Okay. Did you guys? How'd you get them? There's always a story behind it.
LimStick is a cold paracetamol sachet that you put with hot water to stop you getting a cold. So I tend to get a cold, but I haven't had one since I've been out here. So
Okay.
it's a good
Call that,
sign.
yeah.
And you?
Mine being RicTic. First three letters are the same as my surname, which is Richard. And I'm into soul music back home. And RicTic was a label brought over by Motown in the 60s.
Okay. I gotcha. So what do you think so far? How do you like the trail? Is that what you thought it was going to be, or harder than what you thought it was going to
10
be?
times harder than ever
Yeah.
thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I've run into that quite a bit with
Yeah.
people coming from across the pond, Germans and all that.
Yeah.
And they make it look so easy in the
Yeah.
German documentary.
Yeah,
But
So, every day's a trial.
Yeah.
Every day, isn't it?
yeah.
You know.
you get up to Harpers Ferry, you'll be just a tad under halfway. So how you
Yeah,
feeling?
we passed the 1,000-mile mark yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
So, okay. Tired at times, but
Yeah.
physically good. No aches, no pains really, apart from what the pack does.
Yeah.
But muscle-wise and joints, for people of our age, we're doing pretty well.
Okay. Well, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 52 in December.
Okay.
I'm 50 in October.
right, well,
50
that's
this
good.
year in October.
Keep moving.
Yep.
Yeah, will do.
So how do you get this much time? You were saying,
Yeah, I am a self-employed builder in construction.
Okay,
so
good.
I just plain simply stop my work.
okay, there you go. You come back and it'll wait on you, and you got,
Yep.
yeah, you've been
Hopefully.
established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So have you seen any bears?
Yes, we saw a big one in the Shenandoah Park.
Yeah.
And then a mama and a baby, but they
Couple of days.
scattered
Yeah,
away.
they scattered away.
Yeah.
So I've seen 3.
Shenandoah is a bear sanctuary, so
Oh,
they're
beautiful
not
park.
hunted in there, so they're quite a bit. I was in. Morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
It's going well. I am on, let's see, day 66, and we're at what I think 1,011 miles.
Okay.
Been crushing some pretty big miles at this point.
What are you hitting here through Virginia on a good day?
Like 28 to 30. Yesterday I pulled a 31. Yeah, 28 to 30 is pretty much where we're at right now.
Okay. Did you give me your trail name?
Yeah, my name's Kickstarter.
Okay, Kickstarter. Okay. What's the story behind it? Kickstarter?
There's a pretty good
Website?
story behind it, yeah. So I took a 0 in Helen, Georgia. My last name is Bock, B-O-C-K, so I was pretty excited to go to the Bavarian town, and maybe a little too excited, and long story short, I had far too many steins of beer, and I ended up taking a nap at 6 p.m., and I woke up from said nap, and it was 8:30, and I was like, oh, it's 8:30, all right, great. Well, I've been hearing about this continental breakfast. I'm so ready for it. I've been hearing about it for days, and really excited about it. And I'll get up, and I get my contacts in, and get my pack ready, get my sticks ready, and I'm out the door, and I open the door, and just go, what the hell? It's 8:30, what's it doing dark out?
Uh-oh.
So,
You
yeah, it
slept
wasn't
for a-
8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, full day.
And so
Well, it must have been a nice rest.
Yeah, and so the German girl that I was staying with, her name's Flashfire, she just said, just go back to bed now, Kickstarter.
Okay, there you
So
go.
that's how I got it.
What's been your favorite section so far?
Oh, Yeah, some of the highlights certainly were Grayson Highlands. Grayson Highlands were pretty fascinating. Roan Highlands as well. Shenandoahs, I would have loved to have really enjoyed, but it rained for 4 straight days while we went through there. So yeah, I'd have to say Grayson Highlands was probably one of the highlights for me for sure.
Okay. So how do you get this much time? You quit a job? You're between semesters in college or something?
Well, I'm 38. I just got knee surgery in late August, and
wow.
Before that, I was an endurance runner, and so my first when I hit Springer, that was my first high impact anything that I did.
Since the surgery, huh?
Yeah. So, but I've been living in Alaska for the last 18 years. Just moved back to Pennsylvania 8 months ago and got pretty bored pretty quick, and I grew up about 25 minutes off the trail. Always said I'd do it, and I retired, and I didn't understand why I would do it when I retired. Might as well do it now while I have a couple years of my prime left.
Well, here comes the big one. 2,100 miles. Why? I mean, what's driving you? What's the motivation there?
Well, I've been doing this kind of stuff, my whole life, and this is being outdoors and testing myself is part of my lifeblood, and it's just ingrained in me.
Step outside the comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I'm looking at it as a physical challenge, but I'm also looking at it on the mental and spiritual side as well. Basically, I'm just trying to be present in my life, and in the synthetic world, I'm not real good at being present.
Okay.
So that's why I'm out here, and being out here, you have no choice but to be present, and I think that's really important, especially in 2017, where it's hard for all of us to do that.
Yep. I won't keep you any longer. Godspeed in your travels, and be safe.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is a pretty steep area here. It's about the steepest interview today I've had. So you were saying you're gunning for Katahdin, but you're got a unique flip-flop going on. Can you tell me again?
Yeah, so I started about 90 miles ago or so in Shenandoah National Park at a bear fence hut. It was an old college spot for me and my buddy, so it seemed like an appropriate spot to start.
Okay.
So you're going to go up to Katahdin and then fly back to Richmond and head south come in like September time or so.
Okay.
That's the goal.
And then get snowed on in the Smokies, maybe.
Potentially.
Arrive home in time for Thanksgiving? You thinking?
I think so.
Be home in time for Thanksgiving dinner?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I kind of want to go hit Florida and the beaches after visit some friends down there.
Okay.
That seems like beach would be nice after so much time in the woods.
You have a trail name yet? Anybody bequeathed a name on to
I'm
you?
still working on it. I'm thinking about Smash Newton.
Okay.
I had some Fig Newtons and this chocolate paste and some s'more stuff. So we made Fig Newton s'mores, and they were delicious.
Sounds good. So did you see any bears in Shenandoah?
2? I only saw cubs. I saw 2 cubs.
Yeah.
One when I was going to set up camp, and I was at the hut, and I went to the right, saw a cub. I said, "Oh, I think I'll go to the left of the hut to go camp tonight."
Yeah. Everybody I've gotten has said they've seen a bear, with the exception of 1 or 2. It's been in Shenandoah. I was up there last month section hiking, and I didn't see any. Did you tell me where you call home when you're not out here?
Massachusetts. That's where my family is.
Okay. It's all right. So here comes the big question: is why do you want to hike 2,100 miles? What's driving you, man? I mean, what's the motivation?
Just personal growth. I've really wanted to get out in the woods for a few months, like just really live in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine said, "Do you want to do this hike?" And so it was kind of an obvious yes. Why not? It's time to do it. I was just finishing up my seasonal job and had the money to do it.
Nice.
And yeah.
Okay, well, I won't keep you any longer. Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Thank you.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Man, you were going full bore up this hill, and I had to stop you and ask you for an interview.
I like to charge the hills, recover on the downhill.
So you gunning for Katahdin?
Going for Katahdin. I'm almost halfway there.
Okay.
So that's
today
was 1,000 miles, a big milestone.
Yeah, sure is. When did you leave Springer?
I started on the 25th of March.
Yeah, come on by, guys. It's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Nice dog. I'm sorry.
March.
20. Yeah. You have a trail name yet? I guess.
I do. I'm the Midnight Joker.
All right. You know, there's a story. It always is. So how'd you get it?
There's a story. I was walking down, about to take my first 0 day in Franklin, and saying something about how I couldn't get to town and wait to get to town and drink and smoke and have a good time, and guy I was hiking with, Bumblebee, told me, "Oh, you're a drinker and a smoker and a midnight joker."
There you go. Stevie Miller.
Steve Miller,
From my
exactly.
era in the 70s. There you go.
And the name just stuck. I hadn't gotten one yet, so I tried that one out, and people just kept calling me it.
Where do you call home when you're not out here?
I'm from New Hampshire.
Okay. So trail near your house?
Yeah, goes right past it.
All right, so you'll get a little
I'll
trail magic from somebody,
definitely
right?
take a break there when I get up to New Hampshire.
So how do you get this much time, man? I mean, you quit a job in between school
I
semesters.
finished school last year, and wasn't really sure what I wanted to do going forward, so delivered pizzas for 6 months, and then
Save the money?
Save the money up, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
And when we finish this, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
You look strong, so obviously halfway through you've worked out all the kinks by now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a little while.
How about bears? You seen any bears?
So I've only seen them once in the Shenandoahs.
That's what I keep hearing. Everybody's saying
mama
Shenandoah.
And 2 little cubs, and they didn't care about me at all. They were just having a great time in the woods.
Just ignored you, and you got to peek at them, and that was it.
Exactly.
Everybody was happy.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So why do you want to hike 2,100 some odd
I was
miles?
6. When I found out the trail went right past my house, and you could just start walking in Georgia and end up in Maine one day, I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
All right. I won't hold you any longer, man. I'll let you get on up this hill. Way up on the top, maybe 3/4 of a mile. Nice view. Nice place to have lunch if you haven't eaten already.
I haven't eaten yet, so
Yeah,
I
you
guess
can
that's
see
what
across
we're
this gorge.
Cool.
Thanks.
Well, nice
Be
meeting you.
safe.
I will.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Yep, 12:15, technically afternoon.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, you Katahdin bound?
Katahdin bound.
Tempting through hiker. When did you leave Springer?
I did the approach trail on March 11th, and then I left from Mount Springer on March 12th.
Okay. How's it going so far? I mean, this far in, you feeling good now? Other than being tired, you were saying, because of the, how many miles yesterday?
26 and a half.
Yeah.
So I did my first marathon yesterday.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything good though? Feet now and legs?
Well, I mean, yesterday, just due to the high mileage, I got a blister on my left heel. So
Uh-oh.
that one hurts. But, yeah, I've had my ups and downs, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I'm doing good now, so.
Have any Virginia blues so far?
I get, when it rains and it's, kind of a cruddy day from time to time, maybe I'll text my mom and be like, oh, why am I out here? But then, it really does make you appreciate the sunnier days.
So I'm curious, you get a text back, what's mom say? Keep going or come home?
She says keep going.
Okay.
She has all the faith in the world in me, which has been great. I've really appreciated her support throughout
Nice.
the whole thing.
So how do you get this much time off? You quit a job in between school or what?
I'm just shy of 20 years old. I graduated high school last May.
Okay.
I went to a semester of college, and the place wasn't really for me. I had a friend that did a southbound hike last year, and I kind of said, it was funny, so I saw him in December, and I said, congratulations, man, that's really awesome. I wish I could do something like that. And he looks at me and goes, well, why can't
Why
you?
not?
I said,
Yeah.
oh gosh, now
There
I
you
gotta
go.
do it.
Okay.
And so I started planning like literally on December 30th.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, so I only have like 2 months to really prepare, and that was kind of a mistake if I recommend. I mean, anyone can do this. Like
Yeah.
I only went on like a 4-mile hike before ever,
Yeah.
before attempting.
And here
this.
you are, there's 1,000 miles sign laid on the ground up there, probably about 20 minutes that way.
Awesome, yeah.
If they're correct, it says
So-
1,000 miles.
So yeah, you hear that? I've almost
Yeah.
come 1,000 miles, and if I can do that from being a couch potato, anyone can do
Yeah,
this.
there you go.
Just prepare for it, and
Yeah. Have you seen any bears?
I did.
Whereabouts?
So I saw one. I saw a baby cub just before Waynesboro.
Okay, almost Shenandoah then. Yeah.
And then I saw like a yearling. He was like no bigger, no older than like a year old
Yeah,
probably. And
but no mama around.
no mama around, which was good. But it was funny. So I was sitting in a shelter about here, and where you're standing, roughly about this distance from the camera, that's where the bear was.
So you looked up and it was
And,
there.
Yeah, so I come out, I take a right out of the shelter, and the bear is literally right there. He takes one look at me and just
All you saw was bear ass running away. That's good.
Yeah, so I mean, bears
So
were
he
my-
surprised you, and you surprised him, in essence.
Yeah, bears were honestly one of my biggest fears coming out here, but seeing how he reacted,
Yeah.
no.
Well, let me ask you the big question. I'll let you get on your way. I mean, you kind of sort of answered it, but why do you want to hike 2,100 miles beyond what you just described?
Nearly 2,200.
2,200 now?
Yeah.
That's others have told me they've moved it up this year. It's reroutes and things like that.
Yeah, it's officially this year, I think it's 2,190.5.
There you go.
And then if you include
Okay.
the approach trail, you're essentially 22.
Did you do the approach?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
So, why do I want to do this? Honestly, I came out here on a whim. Like I said, I December 30th, I was like, all right, let's go. And I left two and a half
There you
months
go.
later.
Keep going, man. Just don't stop. That's all you got to do. Like they say, one foot after the other, day in and day out.
Right. So it's mainly just to, an in-between sort of thing. Just kind of, sounds really cliche, but I guess I'm just trying to find myself, really.
Yep. All right, so what's your trail name?
My trail name is currently it's Chiclet.
Chiclet? Like
yeah.
chewing gum?
Like the chewing gum, yeah. So
All right.
I've been going with that for 970 miles. So
Okay, that's it.
I don't think it's leaving me anytime soon.
That's what's going down on the video. If you change your trail name, nobody's going to find you.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Be
You're
safe.
welcome. Adios.
Bye. Good morning.
Good morning.
You awake yet?
I had a couple instant coffee, so I'm good to go.
Got those calves ready for the roller coaster ride for the next 13 miles?
Definitely need to do some stretches, but they'll be ready for it.
Yeah. So last night we were chatting a little bit. You were giving me some of your background. From my book, you're kind of a rare bird out here. You're closing in on a triple crown.
Oh, no. I did the PCT last year.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
AT this year.
I'm confusing with that other fellow.
Oh, the one we were talking about, yeah. So I'm
All right.
definitely not closing on the
Double crown.
Double crown. You know,
Yeah.
hopefully I would like to do the CDT, so but one trail at a time for sure.
When did you start the AT here?
I started on March 21st.
Okay, and what kind of weather did you run into early on?
I'm sorry, what kind of what?
Weather?
It really wasn't that bad. I mean, it was a little cool. We did get some snow in the Smokies. My second night on the trail, I was, I forget the name of the shelter, but we were in a really bad hailstorm. Like, there were like golf ball size hails.
Wow.
And it was thunderstorm. And after that, we just looked at each other. The guys who came with me were like, well, welcome to the AT.
So you say you were in the shelter when the hail came? Or
We
you
were in our
making
tents,
it?
actually.
Yeah.
So, but we were camped right next to the shelter.
Yeah.
So
So far in, how you doing on
I'm
this?
doing really well. I feel pretty healthy. I feel like I'm making pretty good time. A lot of people are telling me to slow down, actually.
What about bears? Are you seeing
I've seen a
bears?
couple bears. Actually, I didn't see a single bear in the PCT, and I was getting a little bit of a complex about it. People were asking me if my eyes were open while I'm hiking. I never saw one, but I did see 2 bears. One, I was at the Bird's Nest shelter in the Shenandoahs, and this bear maybe was like 1 year old. Just like 15 feet away from us at the shelter, just like chomping on leaves, and it was
Just
actually,
ignoring you?
It was pretty cute. Yeah.
Just doing her
So
thing
just-
and ignoring you.
Yeah, like a state or a national park bear couldn't be bothered. Like so.
What do you call home when you're not out here?
Indianapolis. That's my hometown. So.
Yeah, Evansville, Indiana. I'm just south of that, across the Ohio River in
Oh,
Henderson,
yeah.
Kentucky. So tell me a little bit about your PCT adventures.
PCT, I did it last year. Let's see, I did April 19th to October 2nd. It was I love the experience so much. That's where I got bit by the bug, the through hiking bug. And the reason I'm on the AT right now is actually a testament to how much I love the PCT experience. So,
Right.
yeah, they're both, the PCT is all about views. The AT is a lot more about the community and the support system out here. But, being on trail for several months, doing a through hike, it doesn't matter which trail you're on. It's such an incredible experience.
Just having that freedom outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Dealing with the rain, and
I'd
in
rather
this
be
case
doing
here,
this
the
than-
mud.
I'd rather be doing this than 99% of the things I could do in society. So.
Yeah. What's the biggest difference? I don't know what you'd call it, challenge-wise, between the PCT and the AT.
It's
the
interesting.
biggest difference,
The biggest
in terms of trail, surface and.
The AT is more difficult. The PCT is designed for pack animals, so it's more gradual. The grade's lower. The trail's actually more forgiving. Out here, it's a friend of mine on the PCT who did the AT put up perfectly. He's like, the AT must have been designed by sadists because it's just like sometimes you just go straight up. There's rocks everywhere. You're scaling rocks, lots of roots. We were just, we were just slopping around in the mud yesterday.
Yeah, we got a little more rain last night, so it's a little muddier.
Last week going through the Shenandoahs with lots of rain, I had some buddies who looks like they might have had like minor cases of trench foot. Their feet were getting all red. They had to take a little bit of time off. It's more grueling out here, but towns are more accessible, so it's a lot easier to get on and off trail. So that's kind of an advantage the AT has over the PCT. It's longer resupplies, less access to towns. So the PCT, you have to do bigger water carries in Northern California, Southern California, Southern Oregon.
What was the longest expanse, would you say? How far did you go between resupplies? If you recall.
So generally the AT is like every 3 to 5 days on average for resupply. The PCT is probably like every 4 to 6 days. But the longest carry I did was, I think I did like 8 or 10 days in the Sierras, mainly because in the Sierras it's kind of hard to get in and out of it. You have to go over a huge pass, and then you have to do kind of like maybe a series of hitches to get to a town, and it's just it's better off just carrying the food.
And as you were mentioning, the AT, it's kind of a social trail.
Yeah,
60% of the East Coast is near the trail, something like that.
Yeah, I've had cell phone reception every day out here.
Yeah. And on the PCT, what do they get annually? Maybe 600 or 800, maybe trying.
Oh, no more than that. There's a lot of people out there as well. There's still more on the AT, but they have like probably a couple, 3. You hear all these numbers. I don't know what the official number is, but I think it's probably more than a couple thousand that are on the PCT, but the AT is definitely a little busier.
Do you spread out more on the PCT versus here, where you go without seeing people for 2 or 3 days, or?
No, it was never like that. I mean, I'd always see people the whole way up. It does get quieter in certain sections on the PCT when you get north. I mean, I'm only halfway in the AT. It's getting a little more spread out here, but people are also telling me we're a little ahead of the bubble right now.
Let me get your trail name before I forget.
My name, Action Jackson. That's the trail name they gave me.
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson, yeah.
Okay.
AJ for short, if you like brevity.
Okay.
So,
and what's the story behind it?
My name's Jackson.
Okay.
And so people just started
Action
calling
Jackson.
me that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I guess I should let you get on your way. The big question, and you kind of touched on this, why do you want to hike 2,200 miles nearly? What's driving you, man? I mean, there's something that makes you get out here and do this in the rain, the mud, the snow you were talking about. There's something behind it. I mean, sometimes it's not easy to state it, but I know it's there.
That's a good point. It's really there's so much going on. It really kind of hard. It really is kind of hard to properly articulate it. But I don't know. It's just, well, you're exercising all day. The endorphins are popping in your head. That puts you in a good mood. Trail people are, for the most part, some of the best people you meet. Like they'll take care of you. Everybody's really friendly and they're quick to smile. You know, it seems like when you're kind of back in society, everybody's like projecting on each other. Lots of human drama, lots of unfriendliness. A lot of that goes away out here. You're surrounded by nature. Even circadian rhythm, you're getting in tune with the sun. You know, we're waking up in the morning when the sun rises pretty much, and then going to sleep at 9 o'clock when it gets dark. So it's just like, it's almost like a reversion back to like, we're just getting more in touch with nature, I think.
Yeah.
And back to a simpler way of being.
I won't hold you any longer, man. I want to thank you for the interview.
All right, well, thanks for the interview,
Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Take care.
Yep.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Good morning, Many Names. How you doing?
Good, doing well.
Yeah. Okay. So here you are. We met back at what's the name of that hospital? Mountain Cabin.
Mountain Cabin. Yeah, we did.
And you were nursing a little shin splint, so you laid off for 2 days, and you feeling better?
I'm feeling a lot better. I mean, just taking it slow right now, and it's my first major issue along the trail, but it's, just take it slow from now on and don't rush it. So.
Okay, we've done a lot of talking Thursday night. Review some of that for me. When did you start in
I started
Springer?
February 25th, and so I saw a lot of the Mother Nature got the best of me for a while there. We had rain, snow, minus 11 degree temperatures, and so it was pretty rough in the beginning for the first month and a half. The cold was brutal, but
and then you walked nearly 900 miles with nothing more than just the blisters, and then you get shin splints a couple of days ago on the one side.
Yeah, it's been fine. The Shenandoahs, what I did is I think I kind of rushed through the Shenandoahs, and I think that's what gave me my shin splints, to be honest with you. Being able to do 20 plus miles is a great feeling, but maybe my body wasn't ready for it. So.
Okay, so you got to tell YouTube your Apple story and the way the bear talked to you. Go
All right,
ahead.
well, I had coming out of Danville, took an apple with me. I had it in my backpack, bounced around all day. I set up camp. I stealth camped that night, and I went to go eat it. It was all brown and nasty.
Mush.
And mush. So I decided to throw it down in the woods a ways where there was a nice clearing, and I hit a tree, and it shattered
10
into
feet
a million.
from your tent?
Yeah, real close to my tent, shattered into a million pieces. That night, about 11:45 at night, all I heard was all around my campsite, all around my tent, and there was a big old bear.
What was your heartbeat doing? Was it racing?
It was pretty fast. I was quiet for a little while. I didn't know what to do, and then I started. I pretended I made a few cough noises just to let him know I was there, him or her, and squeaked on my mattress. And then it rained that night, but he or she hung around for a good half hour or more. So it was pretty scary, but I almost baited my own death. I felt like.
What'd you do? Did you unzip your tent and take a peek?
I did. I unzipped and looked and took a peek, and all I saw was the back end of it as it was heading back onto the trail a little bit. But I mean, I fell back to sleep later on and didn't keep me up all night, but it was definitely an experience.
So you're from Florida?
Tallahassee, Florida. I've been there 25 years. Originally from New England area, but moved to Tallahassee 25 years ago.
A little bit different in elevation, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, well, I'm glad everything's going well. So you're going to try to make... I think you were telling me, and of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but you hadn't really hiked much before this? You just decided to do it?
I did day hiking in the New Hampshire in the Whites as a kid, and then as I got older, I did it as well. But I hadn't slept a night out in a tent probably since I was about 14 years old when I started this, and so it's been a learning curve, and you learn from other hikers, you learn by just watching and seeing, and again, you hike your own hike, just like they say. A lot of the terminology that they use along the trail, it really does come to truth, where you hike your own hike, you don't give up on a bad day, you plug through. And if you have the will to make it, I think anyone can make it.
I'll do the last two questions here and I'll let you get on your way. How do you get this much time to come out and hike for 5 months or so?
Well, I was fortunate enough to where business sold, and I was able to take the time off before I started transitioning into the rest of my life. I call this the introduction to the rest of my life.
So. I love it. Makes me jealous. Final question. Why do you want to hike nearly 2,200 miles? I mean, there's got to be something there that's pushing you every day to get out in this muck and mud and rain.
It's something challenging. It's being dependent on just myself and learning how to just live with just the means that you have with you. And I think I'm getting a lot of different things from that. Just, you don't have to have so much to make it through the world. You can live with what you have. And
okay.
So.
All right, many names. Thanks for the interview. Godspeed in your travels. I want to wish you the best, one foot after the other. And we'll see you.
All right.
Thanks. Morning.
Good morning.
You gunning for Katahdin?
Yes, I am.
All righty. And when'd you leave?
February 21st.
Okay. Did you do the approach trail? Or?
I did the approach trail.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what do they say about that? How many steps?
625.
Misery? Maybe not?
I stopped at every one of those intermediate points on the way, those overlooks.
Yeah.
Catch my breath. It was a wonderful introduction.
So, what about snow and rain and sleet through the Smokies? You catch some of that?
Freezing fog. I didn't know what that was before the trail, and we got probably 5 or 6 inches of snow coming into the NOC.
Okay. Wow, that's a pretty good snowfall there.
Yeah.
What's your trail name before I forget?
Neo.
Neo?
I was formerly Nemo, but there's a lot of Nemos on the trail.
All right, so how do you spell that?
N-E-O.
N-E-O?
I just took the last name and dropped the M.
Okay, there you go. Where do you call home when you're not out here?
I spent the last 5 years in Sacramento, or the Bay Area of California. I'm originally from the northern Adirondacks.
My wife has seen any bears.
We saw one just the other day, Mama and her cub.
Where at? North of Shenandoah? Or?
Gravel Springs Hut.
Okay.
And we saw a bobcat in the Shenandoahs.
No kidding. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, the Shenandoahs are interesting for sure.
Yeah, food. Other than Mountain House bags, you got any concoction that you can eat over and over again that you really like?
No. I've been cycling through ramen and tuna, those tuna packets, and healthy like granola bars. Just trying to get that in the mix, and then Trail Town's where it's at. So basically, when you go into town, that's where I go for all the things you can't get on the trail. Like salad.
Go to a buffet and eat 5 plates full.
Yep. The guy I've been hiking with, him and I have been trying to identify wild edibles so we can get some of that into our diet too, like plantains, and there's some mock strawberries out now.
Wow.
We can eat those.
All right, here comes the big question. Why do you want to hike nearly 2,200 miles? I mean, there's got to be some motivation, something driving you to get up every morning and come out, get started, you know? What is it?
So I used to work in the tech industry. No surprise, I spent the last couple of years in California, and I wanted to change it up, and I wasn't sure what to do, but I needed to do something, and I liked hiking. So I wasn't sure how much time I needed to figure out what my next step was going to be, so I figured 2,000 miles should be enough.
Are you in between jobs, or right now?
I quit my last job.
Yeah,
yep. So
that's
a
common
I'm
thing.
all on my own.
Yeah. Okay, well, I won't hold you any longer, man. I appreciate your time, and Godspeed in your travels.
Oh, thank you very much.
Be safe. I'll turn it on. Morning.
Morning.
Okay, we were just chatting a little bit. You're Katahdin bound, tempting through hike. What's your trail name?
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa? Okay, let me hear the story on that one. Just any story?
Someone decided to call me Santa, and I told them to F off, so I started to call me Bad Santa.
Well, I like that. That's good. That's how that makes trail names. You know what I'm saying? Comes a big question. Why do you want to hike 2,200 miles? What's driving you? What's behind it?
Well, I'm actually I'm hiking for myself to keep me from dying.
Okay.
But I'm also doing a donation per mile to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Honor Guard.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm hiking for them, and I'm hiking for me.
All right, good. That sounds good. Well, I won't hold you up anymore.
Right.
Godspeed in your travels, man, and be safe.
Thank you.
One step at a time. There you go. All right, good morning.
Morning.
Heading to Katahdin.
Yes, sir.
Tempting through hiker.
It's not attempting, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to do it. Got the right frame of mind.
Absolutely.
Have you had any problems with the Virginia blues?
Not too much. You just got to keep on, put one foot in front of the other and stuff, and maintain a certain amount of discipline and consistency throughout your day. If you're able to obtain those things, you get done.
Okay. When did you start down in Springer?
April 4th.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you're cooking. What's your trail name?
Speed.
Speed. How'd you get it?
I was decking out a lot of 20s and 25s, and I ran into this lady that found out my miles, and she came up and she just kind of got really, really close, and she was like, "Your trail name is Speed from now on." And I was like, okay.
All right.
That was at Hot Springs.
What's been your favorite section so far?
The Smokies, but the unfortunate part is you feel like Smokey the Bear is breathing down your neck, if you know what I mean. You got them park rangers.
Yeah. That's a zoo in there. I agree with you.
I kind of like, honestly, the Grayson Highlands.
Yeah,
Say
nice.
that, because you kind of get that Smoky Mountain feel, because it's an alpine environment, but you don't have the government breathing down your neck.
Okay. Everything going well physically now? You've worked through all the early stuff?
By the time you get to, I would probably say maybe Hot Springs, at least for me, that's when I was fully acclimated, and I was able to really start dishing out the miles.
Yeah.
Everything over here is just a mental game, so just got to keep on getting done.
How do you find this much time, man? You in between jobs, quit a job, in between school semesters? What's going on?
I was a corrections officer for 18 months, and I needed to kind of get lost for a little while.
Okay.
So,
Got tired of that.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. All right, here's the big one. Why do you want to hike nearly 2,200 miles? What's driving you?
It's kind of like that fire that's inside some people. You kind of have to like let loose. It's like a release for me almost. It's just nice to kind of be out here. In modern society, we're constantly inside, we're constantly working on computers, we're staying up late because of the TV. You come out here, you get back to your more natural state, the way human beings are supposed to live.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you.
It's kind
way
of a
too much
natural
TV,
space.
way too much being sold a bag of goods.
Just think about the elections
Commercialism.
or something.
Oh yeah, let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, this is a sacred place. Let's not do that.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate your time. Godspeed in your travels, and be safe.
Long live the Republic.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for letting me stop you.
Yeah, no worries.
You gunning for Katahdin?
I am.
All right. When'd you leave Springer?
I left Springer March 9th.
Okay. Where do you call home?
The Casco Mountains in New York.
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess will you be close enough to home to take a overnighter or two there? Or?
No, but I think my brothers and sisters are gonna come out and they're gonna do some trail magic in Jersey, New York area.
All right.
So
Roadside and passing by and. Is that gonna be it?
Yeah, just passing by.
Yeah. How do you get this much time, man? What's the theme here? Quit a job in between semesters?
I just got out of the Navy
Nice.
February 15th, and 3 weeks later, I came out here and started this trail.
That's a good segue. I like that one. That's the first one I've heard.
Awesome.
All right, well, here comes the big question, man. On top of what all you've told me, I mean, what is the motivating factor? I mean, what's driving you every day to get up and walk in this rain, mud, sunshine, beautiful views?
You know, I just like getting on top of the mountains, really. That's my favorite part, is climbing up the mountains. And the people, seeing the different people every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You see the same people quite often, but every once in a while you run into somebody new, and the people out here are just amazing.
All right.
Really cool people.
I won't keep you any longer. Godspeed in your travels, one step after the other, and Godspeed.
Cool, thank you.
Be safe.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Okay, hold on a second.
Morning. Good morning.
Yeah, attempting Katahdin?
Yes, I am.
All right, when'd you leave Springer?
March 4th.
Okay. How do you get this much time out here? You quit a job in between school semesters?
No, I actually took a semester off at Radford University so that I could hike it.
Nice. Okay, it's usually one or the other, or retired.
Yeah.
You look too young to be retired.
Yeah, a little bit.
Back to Springer. How about bears? Any bears along the way?
I've seen 4 cubs,
Wow.
and 1 mama bear.
Where at?
One of them was right before a dragon's tooth. That was where I saw 2 cubs and the
Mhm.
mama, and then saw a cub yesterday, actually, after leaving Jim and Dolly shelter, I think.
Okay. Nothing in Shenandoah then?
No, I don't think I actually saw anything.
Yesterday's hike. Where do you call home when you're not out here?
Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay. So, yeah, well, that's south of us, so you by that. I guess you took a 0 day here or there. You go home, shower up, and say hello to everybody.
Definitely, yeah.
You know the Witchers? Homer and Therese Witcher?
No.
Okay, they're big in the, I guess it's the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club down there. It's 30 years of trail maintenance. So, what motivates you to want to walk 2,200 miles nearly? What's the driving factor, man?
It's been a dream of mine since I was in high school. I've always wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail, and I had the opportunity to make that dream come true, so that's why I'm out here now.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Oh, yeah.
I want to wish you the best of luck, man.
Awesome.
Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Thank
you. Morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. 8:38, out hiking already. Been raining since about 5:30 this morning. You attempting Katahdin?
I've hiked Katahdin before, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
all the way from Georgia to...
oh, so this is, you doing it again?
No.
Oh.
My first night out here was actually my first overnight.
Okay. I misunderstood you. I thought you were going to Katahdin on this trip.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? Okay. I'm not awake. When did you leave Springer?
March 31st.
Okay. How'd everything go so far? In
Well, it
terms
rained
of,
for 6 days in the Smokies.
Yeah.
Everything I owned was wet.
yeah.
That was miserable.
What about, you know, the sore muscles and blisters and all that? You worked through all that already, or did you not have many problems?
Sore muscles weren't a problem. I actually did 860 miles without trekking poles.
Nice. Yeah.
But blisters were an issue.
You staying in a tent, or are you swinging a hammock, or?
Tent, yep.
Tent? Okay. Where do you call home when you're not out here?
Maine.
Maine. Okay. So when you get into Maine, does the trail pass by your house anywhere fairly close?
About an hour.
Yeah, so
15
somebody will
minutes or
probably come and get you, I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Take you home for a little rest.
Home cooking.
So how do you get this much time? Are you quit a job, or in between
yeah,
school, or?
In between school, I'm changing my majors.
Okay.
So I was a business major. I'm actually going back to school for machining.
Alrighty.
I'm really excited for that.
Where do you go to school at? In Maine, or you go?
Yep, right in Maine.
Okay. Well, see any bears along the way so far?
I saw my first bear this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just up
That's
there
about
then.
40 yards away.
In between that shelter and here?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's right up the hill.
Yeah. It was
Uh,
neat. Yesterday we saw a rattlesnake. The gentleman I was hiking with, 5 inches from its head.
Yeah.
Stepped right
Oh
by
my
it.
goodness. Yeah.
So,
Why do you want to hike 2,200 miles? What's driving you, man? I mean, what's the motivation that makes you come out in this rain and mud?
The motivation is I lost my father to cancer.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And the last conversation we had was that we both wanted to do this.
Okay.
So on days I think about quitting, I think again why I'm out here.
Yeah, well, stay with it.
You know, the main reason is I wanted to do this for myself, and there's no better time than now. In between, you know, school and before I set off and take a career, I want to do this. So.
What's your trail name?
Good Toodles.
How'd you get it?
Before the balls, there's the balls before Damascus. I was listening to Outlaw Country, Johnny Cash and Hank Williams.
Okay, that's old school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
everybody I walked by said, "Hey, good tunes." Good
I got some
tunes."
I'm 60 and I've got some Johnny Cash on me.
Oh, nice.
All righty. Well, be safe.
Thank you.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, take care.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, real good.
Okay, I'm just interviewing that young fellow there in front of you and find out you're attempting Katahdin also.
Yep.
All right. When did you leave Springer?
March 20th.
Okay. You're coming up on 1,000 miles here in about, I don't know, 10, 15 miles maybe?
It's motivating a lot of hikers to hit the 1,000-mile mark and then on the Harpers Ferry.
Let me get your trail name before I forget.
I'm Sassafras from Elyria, Ohio.
Okay. And how'd you get the trail name? There's always a story behind it.
It wasn't really given to me on the trail. It's a nickname I've had all through elementary and high school. So I figured since I've responded to it for my whole life, I'm just going to take it as a trail name.
Okay. How about you? You seen any bears?
No, I have not. I've seen about a half a dozen black snakes between 4 and 5 foot long.
Yeah.
And a lot of deer.
Okay. And what's been your best section so far that you've enjoyed the most from Springer up to here?
I've liked the sights in Virginia.
Yeah. McAfee and Tinker
Yes,
Cliffs?
before that, you're just hiking through woods, and you don't get much of a chance to be a tourist. Once we hit Virginia and things have flattened out, we've had a chance to go to the overlooks and like McAfee's Knob, and it's just beautiful, beautiful area.
Well, let me ask you, how do you get this amount of time? Retired?
Yes, I
Between
retired.
jobs, between school semesters, teacher?
I retired 2 years ago, and
Nice.
the last 5 years of work, I was kind of burnt out, ready for retirement, and so I spent a lot of time at work on my breaks and lunch reading about the Appalachian Trail, and then I heard a few speakers, and it motivated me, and I said, you know, you got to stop just reading about it and go do something about it. So,
Had you backpacked much prior to that?
a little bit
Okay.
with our local Boy
Yeah.
Scout troop, and I did an 80-mile towpath, kind of a
Mhm.
warm-up hike, but nothing compared to what they throw at you on the AT.
You mind if I ask you your age?
64.
64. So on top of what you've already told me about reading and all that, I mean, what else motivates you? I mean, you're beyond just a walk in the woods. You're 1,000 miles in now, so there's something that is driving you to keep walking.
It's definitely an epic challenge. I wish I could have done this when I was in my 20s because I've noticed how much the 20 and early 30-year-olds enjoy it because it isn't as much of a physical challenge. But once you get in your 60s, it can be brutal at times.
Yeah.
Georgia was a real wake-up call.
Yeah. I had the same feeling, you know, you just start in Georgia, it's pretty steep in there.
Yes.
Well, I won't hold you any longer. Godspeed in your travels and be safe. One step after the other, man, and you'll get...
Good. You want me to move anywhere?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
You're good on camera, too. It's already rolling.
All right, sweet. Thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. So you're just telling me you're attempting Katahdin. When did you leave Springer?
I left with my brother March 3rd.
Okay.
So it'll be about 3 months by the time we get to Harpers Ferry. Hopefully 3 months more to Katahdin and make it a nice little half-year trip.
Is your brother still with you, or is he still on trail?
Yeah, he's still on trail. We haven't killed each other yet. It's going well.
Spread out a little bit?
Yeah, we hike separately and then
Yeah.
we meet up and camp.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working out.
You have a tent or a hammock or?
I have a tarp tent notch, so it's like a, yeah, okay.
That's what I got.
Okay, cool, yeah, it's lightweight, it works.
I'm pleased with it. It's a pretty good tent.
Yeah, when it doesn't,
So on your way north, after you shook out all the initial, muscle stuff and blisters, have you had any more issues since then?
No, and I actually did not get a single blister.
No,
I did not get a single blister.
What are you wearing?
I am wearing North Face low top boots. I don't really know what they're called.
You started out in those?
No, well I did. I started out in a different pair. At about mile 700, they started falling apart.
Delaminating?
No, by this maybe it's laminating. The seams were coming, so right where this thicker part was meeting the thinner part, it was just opening up.
Okay.
And maybe it was from brushing against rocks, but it was on both shoes on both sides.
Yeah. So anyway, this is your second pair, and they're still working for you, though.
This is my second pair. The shoes are working. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. What's your trail name?
Cheese. My name is Cheese.
All right. Tell me how you got it.
Back in Georgia, day 4 or 5. I was shopping for cheese, and I saw this little gourmet pack that was about $3.50. Bought it. Went back the next morning. We were sleeping in one of the hostels there, and I saw a big pack of cheese for the same price. So I was moaning and groaning that I should have got the big cheese when I got the little cheese. So some section hiker came up to me and said, "Don't worry, little cheese." So my name was Little Cheese for about 600-700 miles. Then I thought, I've sort of been hiking long enough. I can drop the little cheese. I'm just regular cheese now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
How do you get this much time?
How did I get this much
here?
time? Well, the secret is to get divorced, reevaluate everything in your life, and have a good paying job before you get divorced, so you can save up money, and then use that money and exchange it for experiences, because that's way better than buying a car or something like that.
Well, I got to tell you, that's the first one I've heard, but it works too.
It's the truth.
Usually I quit a job, I'm in between semesters at school. I'm retired.
Yeah.
Here's the big one.
Okay.
2,200 miles nearly. Why do you want to hike that far? What's driving you to get up, come out here every day and put one foot after the other?
I had been traveling for about a year and a half. And I thought that would be enough, and I had my plane ticket back home, and I was thinking, well, I really don't want to go back to work yet. So what's a good way to avoid going back to work that lets me kind of be active and enjoy myself?
Okay.
And this was the answer.
That's good. Well, I won't keep you any longer.
All right, thank you, sir.
Godspeed.
Take care. Have a good one.
And be safe.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I guess it's still morning. Yeah, it's 11:20. You were just telling me you're targeting Katahdin.
That's right,
So,
yeah.
let me get your trail name before I forget.
I'm Toodles.
Okay, how'd you get it? There's a story.
I was greeted by 3 southbounders in Georgia, some of the last 3 southbounders. And they...
already?
Yeah. They hiked through the winter.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
They started in September and ended in March. And they were dancing on top of a waterfall, and as we were talking, they said goodbye and said Toodles to me, so I took it as my trail name.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. I'm going to have to look that one up, though. It's a British term, isn't it?
It is a British term, yeah.
See any bears?
No bears yet. A couple people I've hiked with said they saw a couple, but I've not been lucky enough.
How's the body handling it physically this far in? You worked through all the initial issues?
Pretty good. I had some blisters at the beginning. Haven't had a blister in probably 500 miles.
Nice. You changed shoes or anything, or just?
Changed shoes about mile 600.
Yeah.
And these are pretty new, pretty good.
What are you wearing?
I got some Salomon X Ultra boots.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're happy with them?
Yeah, pretty happy with them.
Okay.
They work out pretty well. But no major issues. I had some issues with my feet, just foot pain every morning.
Yeah, ball of feet or
ball
hill.
of feet, yeah. But other than that, it's been pretty good so far.
Okay.
Knock on wood.
How do you get this much time?
I was working and my job ended. I was on kind of a short-term project, and it ended and I had some time off and figured I'd come out here and do this.
Good. Have you hiked before, or is this like just something you decided to do and geared up for?
Oh, I've been hiking since I was a kid.
Nice.
I grew up in northern Maryland, right outside of a state park, and I go there every day after school and just hang out and do my homework in the woods.
Yeah.
So,
Where do you call home now?
I'm in DC now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just went home for 10 days and saw my family and friends and my girlfriend. Hi, Isha.
There you go. Shout out.
Yeah,
there
just get back on the trail and enjoying the beautiful rainy weather that we're having.
Why do you want to hike nearly 2,200 miles? What's motivating you? There's got to be something to it, because normal people don't get up, and go out in the woods every day in the rain and the mud.
Yeah. I wanted to have.
I say that jokingly, of course.
I wanted to have kind of experience with nature that, folks in the past have had. People like John Muir, people that lived and breathed the woods and fresh air, and it's been just fantastic so far. Getting to wake up in a tent every morning and hiking 20 miles. I mean, how can it get any better than that?
Yeah, I like Muir. One of my favorite story is my 1,000-mile walk to the Gulf.
Yep.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's a great one.
He passed through my neck of the woods in western Kentucky, Mammoth Cave area, and down through Tennessee. Okay, well, I won't keep you any longer. I'll let you get going. Godspeed in your travels and be safe.
Thank you. You too.
All right, man. Good afternoon.
How's it going?
Good. I see you walk up here just shortly before us and go right for the Haagen-Dazs right away.
Oh yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I definitely got some ice cream. I haven't ate anything since probably about 12 o'clock, and I had to eat something.
Yeah. Well, Mom, if you see this, man, he had ice cream before he had his dinner. So. You attempting Katahdin?
I am. Started March 2nd, and I plan on hitting Katahdin probably maybe the 2nd or 3rd week of September.
Okay. Got a trail name yet?
It's Hopalong.
Hopalong. How'd you get it?
On a section hike, I was walking up Clemens Dome. I hurt my ankle, and then I went back down to the little town called Cherokee, and then my buddy and I, we were just messing around. He said, "Hey, I've never seen Clemens Dome before," so we had to walk right back up there again. And I had it all wrapped up, and there were some ladies that seen me coming down, or walking up Clemens Dome, and they said, "You look like a wounded rabbit." It was like, well, I telling them who I was on a section hike or whatever, and then they said, "Well, you got a trail name?" I said, "No," and they said, "Well, how about Hopalong?"
So these were tourists?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's right there at Clemens Dome. Yeah.
Clemens Dome. Yeah. It's like the key because you can park there and you can walk up to it instead of taking the AT.
Yeah. You know what I remember. Good morning.
Morning.
You temping through hiker?
I am.
When'd you start?
I started February 22nd.
Okay. And here you are in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia.
Yep.
You have a trail name yet?
I do. Yeah. My trail name is Jam.
Jam. Okay, let me hear the story behind it.
Well, I'm half Japanese, half American.
Uh-huh.
So that's what it means, Jam.
Okay.
J-A-M. And I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and Tokyo, Japan.
Okay.
So it's kind of a half and half.
So where were you when you were young? Japan or?
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're attempting Katahdin. How you feeling this far in? You're about halfway almost.
Oh man, I feel incredible. Like I came out here to take a break and figure out, kind of catch more vision for my life. That wish has been, granted, I guess. I just feel like there's so many things that, there's just so many things I'm inspired to do after this trail. And I'm only halfway through, and so I'm excited for the next 1,170 miles.
There you go.
Just being able to be out here and
great.
Get inspired.
How do you get this much time? Are you a student or something?
No, I've been
quit your job. That's a theme.
I'm a freelance video editor. I do video production.
Okay.
I'm in a phase of life where the clients I've had are really great. I'm so grateful for them. They still remember me. So I decided to take 6 months. Take a break and,
come back to them. If they need you, they'll call you.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, listen, I won't hold you up any longer. I want to wish you the best of luck and Godspeed in your travels.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, here you come up the hill. We just had lunch and Where are you headed tonight?
It's the next shelter. I think it's like David Lester shelter.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then I'll hike into Harpers Ferry tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a real nice shelter. It's got a deck on it and a porch swing and all kind of stuff.
That's real nice.
So you attempting Katahdin?
I am, yes sir.
When'd you leave?
I started March 21st.
Okay. How's it been going so far? Yeah, I guess.
It's been great. I'm loving it. You know, really wet feet, muddy trail, but it's good.
I was saying, right? No rain.
No rain, no pain, no main.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. You have a trail name yet?
Yeah, Young Giraffe.
Young Draft?
Giraffe.
Oh, Giraffe. Young Giraffe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me hear the story.
I mean, pretty much it was just like a week or so into it. You know, I was hiking with some guys a little bit older than me. They thought I was tall and lanky. Young Giraffe.
There you go. And it's stuck, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Seen any bears?
Yeah, I've seen 3 so far. I saw a cub up in a tree, and then it saw me and like scurried away. It was real cool. And then I saw 2 bigger bear in Shenandoah.
Yeah.
Both of them were like right on the trail. It was cool.
Yeah. Where do you call home when you're not out here?
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I just graduated from Lynchburg, Virginia.
Okay.
So I graduated last year, and I was like, now's the time. Got to do it.
Yeah, I guess that answers the question. I usually want to know how you get hikers get that amount of time. Question, why? 2,100 some odd miles. I mean, what's motivating you? What's the driving factor?
I mean, there's a ton of reasons. You know, I could talk about it for a long time, but, you know, I love adventure. I love pushing myself. You know, I think after I get to Katahdin, it's going to be such a huge accomplishment. I think, you know, in whatever task I'm going through in life, whatever hardship, I'm going to know I can get through it because, you know, I hiked 2,190 miles.
That's good. Well, I won't hold you any longer. Like I say, one step after the other, and you'll get there.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. 1,000 miles feels good.
Godspeed in your travels and be safe, man.